So let us continue. So we were gonna merge weld all of these vertices. So let us just do that. What we will do is we will weld this one. The best tool for that is a weld tool, which can be found inside the mesh tool, target weld. So this is the tool we need. Weld it like this. So this is how we will weld it. Then we can weld this other vertices also like this, but for that we'll need to bring this closer, little bit more. Slide edge, that will be a really useful tool that we will be using a lot in our modeling process. So we have got our basic eye blend like that, and we definitely need one more edge there, so we can take care of that. Don't worry about that. We want to use low resolution first in the modeling process, which helps us to create the shapes that we want. If we use the high resolution in the beginning, right in the beginning, things become difficult to model later. So we have to start with very low resolution, as you guys can see here. Okay, the basic eye shape is done. Now we will extrude more faces from the lips, then start to create its nose. Turn off this one for now. Image planes. Just give us this one. What we will need here is another edge loop. We'll take care of that in a moment. Hang on. But first, extrude this one in any one of this direction like that. Merge the vertices. We'll take care of this portion in a moment. This portion is really tricky, so we'll take care of that properly. This portion takes a lot of trial and error to get right. First, make sure that we are in world mode. W and left mouse button drag, object mode and world mode. Sometimes they are different. For now they are the same, so it won't matter. Now we will need to follow specific topology. So let me turn on that topology. Image character. So this is the topology that we will follow. When it is a character, it is really important that we follow all of these edge loops. Then only we can rig and animate it properly. It cannot be uneven. As you guys will see, all of this character follow the same pattern. This edge loop around the eyes, around the mouth and lips and nose. So you guys will find it in every character, because this is a very important thing to get right. Otherwise the rigging and animation will not work properly. So we will try to follow this one, and you guys will see that there are some vertices which has more than 4 sides, so they are called poles. So we need to strategically place them where they need to be placed. One here, another here. All of these are called poles, so we will take care of that too. And this is the topology that we will try to follow. Okay, so for that we will need to take care of a lot of things. Let's extrude it even more. Control E, upward. Okay, this is starting to take shape. Now the most difficult part is getting the nose right, so we'll take care of that now. Extrude this portion. Every character is different, so topology will be a little different for each character. Delete this face. We will need to do, before we get this, duplicate this portion, then it will give us better visualization. Hold D and place it exactly in the center. D will take us to the pivot editing mode, which we are in right now. Hold X to snap it to this grids, which will turn on this snap to grid on. When we release the X, that turns off again. This needs to be exactly in the center. Okay. Now what we will do is duplicate special, which we have done a lot. -1 in x-axis, and all of them will be 0. Duplicate special, which will give us something like this, which will give us the better representation of our character. Okay, what we are doing now is the nose, right? So prepare for creating the nose hole. Nose hole will be created somewhere here. So let us just take care of that. Nose hole. Hang on, let me think exactly where to create the nose hole. Give us this one, which will give us the better idea how exactly its nose is. Not you, but this one. We can create the hole by making use of these two stuffs. Create one subdivision here, I think. Hang on, let's not create this. Let's create the hole right here. But for that, we'll need to prepare this place. The most difficult portion is the ear and the nose. But we just need a little bit of trial and error, and we can definitely do it. What we are preparing is the hole for the nose. हाँ अच्छा ठीक है हाँ Control E and extrude it inward. And delete this. And create a supporting edge here so that things does not become too smooth. Right here. Press 3 and it will give us something like that. It will look really funny right now. But we are starting to get the basic shape of our nose. We will need one more subdivision here, right here, and another here. And we can shape our nose hole better. Something like that. Four. this portion comes down like this to give it the better shape of the nose. Show us? Yes. This one comes down. So as you guys can see, we are starting to get the nose shape, but we need to do a lot more things here. Extrude this stuff. Hang on. You can extrude it like this, or there is another way of doing it. Delete it. Merge these two guys. Not merge, bridge. I keep saying merge. It's not merge. Create that edge. Select that vertex. This one. Actually, these two vertices are the guys that need to be merged. We need to get all of this right, otherwise we will not get the smooth result that we want. This one looks really funny right now. We'll fix that. What we need is a line, something like this, that goes around this area, which is what we will create here. But first, let me complete this shape. This one is looking really tricky right now. Bridge. So this is the basic nose that we are getting right now. A lot more tweaking is left here. This is no way looking like a nose right now. As you guys can imagine, this and this can get merged. So merge them, and we can start to work on this line that we need to define our nose shape. Smooth all of this thing, which can be found inside the mesh display. Soften and harden will make all of the edges sharp, which maybe required some time, but this is not where we need that now. Is this the nose shape of his? No. Which means we need to do a lot more tweaking. All of the stuffs come forward. First, let me get these things right. Only then we can take care of the shape. The topology looks really horrible right now. We'll need to fix that. This portion is the most difficult portion. Then once this portion is done, rest of the stuffs are easy. This is the most difficult portion where the mouth, nose and eye meet. If this is done, the rest of the stuffs can be done quickly. Let us see what we can do here. What we need is to move this portion backward, right? This nostril is a little bit backward, not that close, and the nostril is definitely bigger. What is going on here? We cannot move it backward like that. There are a lot of problem when we move it too much backside. First we'll need to get the topology right here. This area will be required to make it sharp. So what we will be needing is another edge that flows like that. So what we can do, we can create an edge like this that comes and connect with this one. But we'll need to fix all of this n-gons fix all of this n-gons that got created. Now we have got this edge that we can use to specify the hardness of our nose in this portion that we can control. But first, create this one, not that close, somewhere there, and bridge them like that. So you guys will have to spend some time in this nose region to get it right. Now let us merge these stuffs, then think about the rest of the stuffs later. So make the stuffs more uniform. And start merging stuffs. We are starting to fill up the space, but this is no way looking like our character, which we will take care, don't worry about that. The nostrils need to be set up more apart. Save this one first. Did we save this? No. Save it because it can crash at any moment. I've added one more subdivision there to give us more shape for the nose. Slide this edge, using the slide edge tool. It makes stuff more uniform here. We definitely need one more edge here to shape our nose better. So when we create it, it's gonna give us this, which may not be something what we want. Let us see how we can use this. What if I delete that face and add the vertex here like this? Then create one more subdivision here like that. And fill this hole. Okay, that would be much better. No, we need to do a lot more better than that. This one is starting to look really funny. But first let us get the topology right, then we'll get the shapes right. Let us match the profile view better. Hold B, press B to turn on the soft selection mode. That will give us some soft selection so that we can pull it outward like that. Increase the soft selection radius. Drag the whole thing like that. The basic shape of the nose is done, but it is in no way looking like a real human's nose. Give it some real human nose size. Let us extrude this one first, then we'll take care of this nose portion. Control E, extrude outward. Okay, the rest of the stuffs we'll take care in a moment. The basic shape is done. We just have not got the nose topology right and the nose shape right. Once that is done, 50% of the job on the face will be done. We'll get this nose right. It's looking really funny. Just give me this one. The nostrils are bigger. They are a lot bigger and upward like that. The nostrils are bigger and thinner like that. Keep them like this for now. Okay. Why is the nose looking so weird? Because we have added too many stuffs here. Let me see. Let me try to fix this one. So this was the face that we just added, which is not helping in the shape at all. That would be better, but what I need is a little bit of smooth tool. Come to the sculpting tab and turn on this smooth mode. That will relax some of these vertices for us. Smooth, click on that and come to the tool settings. Specify the size of the brush, which is really important. It will be really big. Reduce it to something like 2 or 3, or hold B and drag. Then you guys can specify the size of this tool. Click on first click on the mesh like that in object mode. Click on the mesh in object mode and click on the tool like this. Then it will turn gray like that. Then you guys will see the brush, which can be changed here, or hold B and drag. Now we will make some of these vertices more uniform. This is the strength of the smooth. As you guys will see, smoothing the nose shape, changing it drastically and making some of the stuffs more uniform. What has that given us? Now we can shape our nose better. I have an idea. This whole H loop is not giving us any value. What I'm planning to do is add one subdivision here like this. Delete one edge here. Add a subdivision right here like this. That would be better. Slide the edge. We want to make the nostrils bigger. And we want to fix this one, this edge. Add one more subdivision over there and fix it. So this portion is the most difficult portion. If you guys can get that right, the rest all of the things will be a lot easier. Something is terribly wrong from the front view. What is it? वो क्या चीज़ वो ठीक नहीं है यहाँ पर, वो जो बहुत ही बकवास लग रहा है. ये नोज का शेप यहाँ पर ठीक से नहीं बन रहा, बिल्कुल भी नहीं बन रहा. Slide the edge. हम साइड व्यू से चीज़ें मैच कर रहे हैं और फ्रंट व्यू में चीज़ें बहुत ही अलग है। ये देखो, तो पूरा चीज़ें थोड़ा सा ऊपर ले जाना होगा, ये सब चीज़। वर्टिसेस पूरा ऊपर जाएगा। Hold B, that will turn on that one, but we cannot increase the radius too much. It comes somewhere here. ये फिर से एडजस्ट करना होगा। See, we cannot put too much of subdivision uh, right in right in the beginning, so we have to keep it as low as possible, otherwise modeling becomes a little bit difficult later. So I'm trying to make it look like a human nose, not like a monkey's nose, which it is looking right now. close this thing. We'll take care of the nose even more, but for now we need more subdivision in this portion. We'll create this edge like that. And take it over to the eye. We don't want to create triangles like this here. Not this one, delete this one, not that one. And we can create one line here that will take care of that. No, that's just gonna make our things more difficult. Okay, we have got a pole exactly where we need it here. That will work. But we need to get this more uniform. Okay, we have done a lot of nose editing. So now let us move to the other stuffs. We'll after this create the jaw for this character. Why is this like this when you can do like this? So make it like that, so that things become more uniform. You can delete this edge to make the nose shape more smooth. That will increase the nostril like that, which is too much. So create the supporting edge somewhere in the middle like this, which will give us this shape. Bring it closer. 3. Make the nostril smaller, just a little bit. I'll use this for now. Too much of nose modeling. Now we can move to the other stuffs. All of these guys come down like this. But we need to maintain this one, this edge properly. This edge loop. This one is creating a lot of distortion. So there must be a way to fix this. What we can do is we can create and put it inside like that. Leave it right there for now. Let it be like this for now. Now let us create his jaw, which is really important. Delete history, save. Of course this will not match because we have used our front view, but for the jaw we will need to use the side view. His jaw is really smooth, as you guys can see, so we will need to create the same smooth jaw. I'll take the jaw mesh from somewhere here. Let me normalize this stuff first. Control E, drag it outside like that. Merge to center. I'll start to create the jaw from here. Control E, W, Control E, W. Control EW. It'll stay somewhere here near the ear. and add the additional subdivisions as required. We have got our rough shape of our jaw. Okay, let us check that in the 3D view if this is acceptable or not, and match it from the front view too. That's important. Okay, this is not good. Match them like that. Okay, we have pretty much laid out the most difficult stuffs in our modeling. So fix all of these other stuffs, conform all of that to that shape that we just created that matches the shape of our hero from the front view. Yes, so this is what we want to use as the jaw for this guy. Are we recording? Yes, we are recording. So this jaw line is really important to get right, to get us the shape that we want with this face. It may be it may be a little difficult if you guys have not done face modeling before, but it's totally doable. Just need to be a little bit patient, and anything can be created with 3D modeling, be it cars, houses, creature, monsters. There is nothing that cannot be created with 3D modeling. Okay, this jaw shape is done. Usually in big studios, this kind of face modeling will be done inside the ZBrush software, which you guys will learn later in modeling specialization. But this is just the introduction to modeling. So we'll start with the basic faces. Usually all of this kind of things are taken care by sculpting, and the most common software is ZBrush. Okay, so we have got our jaw, which is starting to look like him, but a lot more work is required. A lot more work is required here. So I have created one more edge there to give us a better shape with our jaw, with our chin, not jaw. Don't forget to check the focal length of the camera, which is set to how much? 35 right now, so you guys can increase it to something like 45 to reduce the perspective distortion while modeling by clicking on this tiny button and coming to the attribute editor and changing the focal length to something like 55 while modeling, so that there is minimum perspective distortion in our model. That will be fine. 55 is a little too much. I'll use the 45. That's fine. This much is done. Now let us worry about merging all of these things and completing this whole shape. Let us see. What I'll be needing is another edge here. Those two guys will be merged. One more edge can be created here, obviously. Hang on, before doing that, do one thing. Move all of this thing, slide edge tool. That would be really useful here. Slide edge. And multi-cut tool right in the center. Thank you. I'll take that, which has given us more resolution like that. At first all of this may get really difficult, but once you guys practice it, all of those things can be done. अच्छा ठीक है हाँ. So we will merge this today. To merge that, we will need to match all of the resolution so that we can create bridge for them. One here. Let's start to bridge them, then we'll get better idea. This will go with this one. This will go with this one, this, and this. Bridge. To fix that, just do one thing. Select the mesh, select the object, and apply any one of the existing material. Lambert one. Then smooth. Then we'll get something like that. Okay, so let us try to complete this one. We already have created a lot of subdivisions here. Let us try to reduce some of them. Hang on, no need to reduce it. Do one thing. Merge these two guys. Merge to center. Then we will definitely need one more subdivision here. This can be merged with this one. So this is so this is the area where we can put one pole. As you guys can see, somewhere there we can put this pole. So we're gonna create the pole here for this one. Then we will extrude it. Control E. Control E. Then we've got this faces. We'll definitely need to add more faces here. We are almost done to complete this puzzle piece. We have pretty much placed all of our topology. Align it properly and Think about merging all of these guys. Align them properly. As you guys can see, we are starting to get our character. The most difficult part was the nose, obviously, which we will make it better, but later. Right now, let us just first take care of all of these basic shapes that we've got here. Assign the existing Lambert one. That will be good to go. We'll fix this, don't worry about that. Select this one. Right now we just need to be worried about okay, Control E W, Control E W. Save. Snap this vertex to the center here. Snap this one here. Okay, but these two vertices are not merged. Shift right mouse button click, merge to center. Shift right mouse button, merge to center. They were not merged. Later they are gonna create a lot of problem if not merged properly. Now create more resolutions here, right in the center. That should fix it. We have got more resolution here and we are totally ready to merge it. Now we just need to bridge them. All of the stuffs are done. Bridge, and we get our completed shape like that. Finally. Smooth it. And to better smooth it, we can make use of the smooth tools. Since this will be subdivided and look more smoother. This one is not looking smooth at all, so let us smooth them a little bit. But before we do that, so this is a perfect place to place a pole. Control E, W. That's gonna create a pole over there. No, it has not created a pole yet, but we'll take care of that later. Control EW. Bridge. Deselect all. Now let's take care of this topology. Delete history, save. Click on this one and come to the sculpting tab and click on the smooth tool and do some smoothing. Which will make some of this topology more uniform and evenly spread out, which is exactly what we want here. But it will lose the depth, the flash, which we will fix in a moment, don't worry about that. This one is smooth, but it has lost all of the flash. So click on this first tool, which is the sculpting tool. Strength is set to 0.1 and brush size 1.1. Press 3. Create a substance in this region because this portion is big, is more flashy. So when we view it from the perspective view, it needs to create this curve when we view it like this, which it is not creating right now. So we will need to create that. So let us just do that. Increase the strength 0.3. I hope you guys can see the result in the viewport. The effect that is creating. It's adding more mass, more substance to this region, which gonna make it look more appealing. It's much more apparent now. This is pretty similar to sculpting because we are in sculpting tab right now. It is starting to match the shape that we are looking for. Let's say you want to create deep areas, so just click on this invert button and the direction will invert, and this time it's gonna create deep areas to create the chin like that. And we can invert it back again to bring out the mesh. So try to make this portion fleshy, the cheek portion fleshy, then our character will look even more appealing. For now, this much of sculpting will be done. Will be fine. Later, we'll do the later adjustments later. The rest of the adjustments later. As you guys can see, this one is looking really weird. We have almost pretty much come to the end of our session. We'll end after fixing these stuffs. Check it from every angle. For the lips, what we can do, we can create a temporary crease effect. Click on this lips and come to mesh tools and crease tool, middle mouse button drag, which gonna create this thick edge. What it's gonna do is when we press 3, it's gonna maintain that sharpness around the lips. So this is the temporary stuff that we are applying on this face right now. So rest of the stuffs we'll take care in our later session. For now, let me fix this. Bulginess that we are getting here. Okay, this is where we will end our today's session. In the next session we will complete the head and get on with the other things.